ahead. Let her tell me. So I pop him upside the head. But so he would witness all of that. It was just ridiculous. Because he said, hey, let me hear about it. I mean, that sounds. So anyway, no, if it wasn't, I remember when I'm fresh out of the pen and our masjid is even at another place on East 14th, they send somebody from up Portland, Oregon, and this brother was an imam in somewhere in the Midwest, and then he's got a white girl. They got a little baby, and this white girl was built like now people have reasonable builds, but in the old days, white women was a lot straight up and down. You can imagine if Marilyn Monroe was considered shapely, then white girls now they not just a stick like they used to be. I mean, they are doing all right. I mean, So anyway, they said, boy, they would have some dirty tricks. One time, I'm out running, and I go to make my little turn, come back on the trail, and there's a police. You could tell he was a police sergeant or something, but he was a runner, and he was running with a white woman, and that white woman crossed right in front of me, ran up several feet in front of me, stopped, crossed her legs, and bent over. Well, when she do, that means they must have practiced that 10,000 times, because I could see directly up in her body. I just said to myself, that is a nice looking vagina. And I just kept on running. But she crossed her legs down there and bent over so that this was practice. They know what they're doing. So I dealt with all that stuff all the time, and not a single nothing. Okay, in America, outside America, Negro women, Iranian women, because remember now, all of them is on the same team. Now remember, you playing, and all of them is on a team, and they're using all of their tactics on you, right? So, well, now it's clear. It's clear. Everybody can see that. But I can imagine what they must be thinking. This nigga is something going on. It's just practicing Islam a little bit. That's all. And I mean a little bit, just practicing a little Islam. No, well, I can't do that. So if you can't do it, why think about it? Why should I think about that? I can't do anything about it. Or it would be too much trouble to do whatever they want. Number one, you'd have to be married. And number two, if you get married, it's going to throw you off. What about your focus? What about it's not, you say, whatever they got going on, it's not worth it. But technically, that's kind of what it, especially after you're grown, you say, no, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And can you imagine? You like your job better than that other stuff? Yeah, that's not bad. You get fulfillment out of your work. But anyway, so tonight we're just having a little talk here, really. So I'm going to get into what we really want to talk about tonight. But I was just putting up a few of those things, some of the things that we've been dealing with over periods of time. I showed y'all this one the other night. That's a big deal because it's showing that everybody's paying attention. Okay, this is my poor son. There's a Playboy bunny right there. One thing he's a nice guy, But he had one of them mob cars, they called it. And I looked, they got, the frame for the license plate. It said, the ones that dies with the most toys wins. I said, the guy lost it. It just, to him it was nothing. But to me, I said, the focus is all wrong. And now here's Dear Mukhtar. Dear Mukhtar is standing there. Of course, you can see the Masjid al-Islam up here. Here's the police. You don't see no black police. These are all Latinos. They're going to be either Latinos or white. And you won't see no black police in none of the pictures. It has a lot to do with the reputation there in Oakland. But anyway, so this is Major Hassan. This is our brother Lukman. And this is what we call Obama. What did we call him? Obama. Positioned as the first Afro-Zionist president, or Bush III, also known as Judas Goat. You know what a Judas Goat is, right?
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah, Judas Goat, okay. We've seen all this stuff from South Africa, like I was running for president, you would think, So here, they try to pretend like nothing is going on. Well, if nothing is going on, it sure is a lot going on around the world. We kept a lot of things, and we got a lot of it printed so we could remember it pretty good. Armed intruders attacked Masjid al-Islam in Oakland. Imam Musa assaulted in Oakland. I have more of these, but this was Imam Musa, Abdullah Musa receives death threat. Imam Musa assaulted in Oakland, California. So they took me to jail at the Imam Musa assaulted. These were in Crescent. Every time we'd have an incident, we'd have them put it in Crescent. Pretty soon, they stopped putting them in there. And before, if you notice on our, I looked at some of it the other night on the YouTube stuff. Is that YouTube? Press TV, all of that stuff. Yeah, they was rolling, and they was all of a sudden. It's just like, remember the other guy, big media mogul. We was having the stuff right here, and all of a sudden, and my great nephew, all of a sudden, he just had to. We want to do it right. We want to get it good, and then nothing. Yeah. Okay. So I want to move toward we look at this as the greatest success story in modern history. Our survival and our thriving. I using, instead of post-traumatic stress, we use post-traumatic growth. Yeah. It's the greatest success story in modern history. So right now we are on a threshold. That's why we call it a breakthrough. That everything we've been doing would be classified or is in historical reality as breakthroughs, because we've broken barrier after barrier after barrier. All the barriers, all the hindrances that killed everybody else, it bounce off. It bounce off. Don't think I'm not grateful for it either. It just bounces off. No panic, no, I wish I was a bird flying around free. No, we like what we're doing. Anyway, this Saudi brand of Islam, control of the media has been going on all during our time. The World Trade Center, we could see 2001 because we remember 1993, the World Trade Center, and how that happened. Okay, so 2001 was not a surprise. Also, it's good for us to keep records. A lot of the records that we keep are from flyers like this. So it's a record. It's a record. It's a record. And like the little flyers that we made out for, those are records. Yeah, it's a record. So we keep them, and we can always refer back to that program, what it was about. It's a memory refresher. And we have the tape, we have the CDs and all of that. And plus we get around, and we're going to get around more, like right now. Okay. Muslim doing those things which are harmful. Saudi mentality, present unity, your enemy. Okay. Saudi Arabia has been the enemy of Islam for generations. And they have openly collaborated with the enemies of Islam, but now it's just right in your face. They have relationship with the Israelis. It's a lot like when we would tell people that 10, 20 years ago, they wouldn't believe it, but now they believe it. Okay. Steve Emerson, Daniel Pipes. And what's his name? I'll think of his name in a minute. Abraham Foxman. So, Steve Emerson, if you noticed the thing that you was talking about the other day, it had Steve Emerson was paying this guy all that time. So you can see that that's not made up. Steve Emerson, Daniel Pipes, and Abe Foxman. Those are the three musketeers, three rusketeers, or whatever they want to call themselves. They're the three Zionists, and they cause a lot of trouble. And they have huge resources behind them. And you can never be shocked at them paying a Negro a little handful of dollars, to help him out with rent and whatever, stuff like that. Okay. All of the things that we always talk to people are manifest now. Okay. So basically, let's put it like this. So our program have to be inclusive, but evolutionary. What I mean is, we have to have a target audience, for what we're doing. But this thing about focus, the focus group is humanity. Because included in all of what we're doing, okay. All of that is a part of what we're about. The ayat reminding us about Ash-Shifa, the Quran. It's a healing, it's a mercy, it's a rahmah, it's a hidayah, it's a guidance, all of those things. Therefore, the solution to all of the problems that we have is right there in Quran. Now we get a chance to implement them. Okay, we've been implementing it all along. There's no mystery. We're not going to pretend like, yeah, we got big wisdom and hikmah and we did this. No. This is all